Hello, everybody. Hello, it's me. I'm back, and we've got great news today. Yes, I know we've been speculating about it for several weeks, maybe even up to a month or so, and Ringo kind of confirmed it like 5 days ago in a little interview he did with the media. But it's coming, folks. We've gotten the official word this morning, even though we've gotten some hints and stuff. It came in early, first thing this morning. The Beatles Abbey Road 50th anniversary reissue, remix is coming in many, many different formats, and I'm very excited about it. And to show my excitement today, I'm showing an old piece here. I got this back just after Christmas in 1978. They released this nice picture disc of Abbey Road back then, along with Sgt. Pepper around the same time. You may all remember that. So I thought I'd show this. I still have mine in the shrink wrap, limited edition. So I thought I'd show this. I got a few other copies of my Abbey Road back here and everything for you to look at to kind of get into the excitement of it all. It's coming, yeah! The greatest album of all time, okay? Who's going to doubt me? Who's going to tell me I'm wrong? I'm not wrong. It's the greatest album of all time. Yes, there's other great albums out there and other great artists, and we love them all. But let's be honest, all right? The greatest piece of music ever recorded is right here, folks. This is it, and it's coming officially on September 27th. Next month, it's coming, okay? So I'm going to put my picture disc down because I want to talk to you a little bit, and I get animated, and I do the hand gestures and all that, and that must be the little bit of Italian that's in me from my mother's side, you know, that talking with the hand stuff. Okay, anyway, let's go back a little bit. Let's go back in history. Abbey Road, released September 26th, 1969 in the UK, and a couple of days later on October 1st, 1969 in the United States. The album is a little over, a couple of seconds over, 47 minutes long or so. You know, pretty good length album for that time period. It was the first Beatles album ever recorded on 8-track recording, or 8-track recording system rather than the standard 4-track. Like Sgt. Pepper, they did multiple, you know, overdubs and stuff on the 4-track machine. With Abbey Road, they had 8-track capability, and they were using it to its full extent, believe me. Okay, now there's no mono mix of Abbey Road. It was never mixed down to mono, so we don't have that. I believe it was the first use of a Moog synthesizer in a Beatles recording, so that's significant. And actually, you know what's another significant thing is today is the 8th, August 8th, 1969. It was 50 years ago today that the Beatles caused a traffic delay. Yeah, they did. Okay, 50 years ago today, on August 8th, 1969, for about 10 minutes or so, a policeman stopped the traffic on Abbey Road in front of EMI Studios. The photographer got on the top of a ladder, and he took 6 photos of the Beatles going back and forth of Abbey Road. I have one alternate one on a fan club only release here of them going the other way. And anyway, I know I got to calm down a little bit. I understand. Okay, but I'm excited. I can't help it. And out of those 6 photos, they used the 5th one, which was the standard one, which we all know and love. Okay, now I'm knocking everything over here. I'm all excited. I'm throwing CDs around and everything. All right, so let's be honest though. Back when it first came out in 1969, 50 years ago, there were mixed reviews for this album. Can you believe it? There were some idiots out there who actually kind of gave it a so-so review. But now, I mean, all these years later and shortly thereafter its release, I think it's been universally understood now to be like one of the greatest, if not the greatest, rock and roll album of all time. I mean, let's be honest. It debuted in the UK at #1, for goodness sake. It was #1 in the United States for 12 weeks. And as of 2001, it was 12 times platinum. And as of 2011, it has sold over 31 million copies worldwide. And you know, after September 27th, next month, this thing is going to go millions higher. It's going to go well above 31 million. I can only imagine what it will be. It's going to be so exciting, folks. I'm so happy for the Beatles, so happy for this album, so happy for us as fans. And as I said, it's coming, okay? So I got some notes here, so I'm going to grab my notes here because I want to make sure I get everything right for you. All right, so that's a little bit of the past on this wonderful album, the album we all know and love, Abbey Road. Okay, So again, it's coming September 27th of 2019. The remix will be handled by Giles Martin with assistance from Sam O'Kell, as they did for Sgt. Pepper in 2017 and the White Album in 2018. Okay, it's going to be out on a picture disc. There will be a picture disc. Here's my 1978 one, so be on the lookout, folks. If you didn't get this one back in '78, it will be coming on a picture disc. I think the picture disc, I didn't write all the prices down, but from what I saw in the release, it's going to be about 40 bucks, 39 or 40 bucks to get that new picture disc, so save your pennies, folks. Okay, there's going to be a single CD remix, very familiar with that. They did something similar with the White Album and Pepper. There will be a single album remix of Abbey Road. You can get that. I think that's like, I think if the picture disc was like $39, I think the single album remix issue was like $20-something. I could be wrong, I didn't write it all down. There will be a multi-CD set with remix and outtakes. There will be a multi-vinyl set. There will be 3 pieces of vinyl. I think the CD set will be 3 CDs as well. But I know the vinyl set is the remix on one piece of vinyl, and the other 2 records will have outtakes and alternate cuts and all that good stuff. And then there will be a super deluxe set with the remix, outtakes, a book. Is going to be like 4 disc total in that set. And it'll be in a 12 by 12 packaging, similar to what Pepper was a couple of years ago. The White Album kind of deviated from that a little bit with the shape of the box, but I guess Abbey Road's back to that 12 by 12 size packaging. There will be, like, in addition to the album itself remix on the first disc, there will be 3 more discs. There will be 1 Blu-ray and 2 more CDs. The Blu-ray will have stuff on it like the 5.1 surround and the Dolby Atmos sound. You can get all that cool stuff, which I know nothing about. Okay, you'll be able to get that on the Blu-ray. But the other 2 CDs are going to have like 40 tracks, 40 unreleased, unissued tracks. Or it says the majority, most of them are unreleased. I'm sorry, there may be a couple, maybe showed up in other formats, but it sounds like the majority of these 40 extra tracks are going to be unreleased. Great news. And there's one cool one I noted. They didn't put a lot of the details on what's on each one from what because I want to get this out to you. But the one I noted is a track called The Long One. And it's supposed to be the side 2 medley. It was a trial run, a trial edit of that side 2 medley. And it's going to be extended and it's longer. So that's kind of exciting. That's something to really look forward to. And on the smaller, like the CD, the 2 CD with the album and the extra tracks, and the triple album, triple vinyl with the 2 extra vinyls, I think they're going to have like 23 extra unreleased recordings on those. So if you want the big guns, you got to go for this super deluxe set, which I think it was like $109. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. I looked quickly at the prices for pre-order, but the picture disc was like $39. The vinyl was like 20-something to get the 3 vinyl, and the big guns, the big super deluxe Abbey Road with the 4 disc is going to be like 110 bucks about. So again, you give an idea what you need to save for. And my thoughts on this, folks, are this is going to be unreal. I mean, don't forget, this is from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, the only Beatles full album recorded on 8-track equipment. So they're going to have, I mean, look what they did for Sgt. Pepper and the White Album. How unbelievable that was. So what do you think this is going to sound like with the double the tracks they recorded Abbey Road with 8 tracks, and with the overdubbing and that, and they break that all down? This thing is going to sound phenomenal. It is going to be unreal. I cannot wait to hear this, because let's be honest, folks, we all love every Beatles album. We love every Beatles piece of music, solo Beatles that's come out. But this is the Beatles' triumph. I mean, can we all agree on that? I know some people might say, no, that was Sgt. Pepper, or no, that was the Beatles' first album, or no, it was Rubber Soul or Revolver. But I'm sorry, in my book, this is just my opinion. I think Abbey Road, whether you love the early Beatles, middle period Beatles, or late period Beatles, and I'm kind of a sucker for the early Beatles. I have to admit, I'm an early Beatles kind of guy. But even I admit that Abbey Road is their triumph. It is their ultimate triumph. They went out on top, folks. It was, people could say, Let It Be came after. Let It Be was recorded before. This is the last final Beatles album. This album was their final recording as a unit. Even though it came out a few months earlier than Let It Be, this is their final album in my book, and it is their greatest triumph. It's just the greatest piece of music ever made, in my opinion. I mean, they were getting along better during this recording after after Brian died in '67 and all the crap they went through with the White Album recording a little bit of tension there. And then certainly there was tension during the recording of the Let It Be tracks. But you listen to interviews and read interviews with them about the Abbey Road sessions, and they said it was the one last time that they got back together and told George Martin, let's do it like the old days. Let's be a unit, a recording unit, working together, working in a cohesive manner. They were getting along better. It was a better recording atmosphere in the studio. They've all admitted that. It was a pleasant experience, even though they knew they didn't know it was the last piece of music they would ever record together. But I think George even said at one point in an interview, we knew we were getting to the end of the line. We didn't know this was it, but we knew it was getting there. So, but it was just a great time for them and a triumph. And in my opinion, the greatest album of all time. So folks, I don't want this to be too long. I just got to get this out there to you. It's coming next month, September 27th, in many formats. I went through it really quick with you, but I just want to get it out to you. So God bless you all. Get into it, folks. Abbey Road, it's coming. It's here. Here it comes. Oh, my goodness. And we can only look to the future and say, oh, my goodness, what's coming next? Oh, Let It Be. And Peter Jackson's remastering the film, and they're going to remaster the old film, and you're going to, oh. And what's after that? What's after 2020, huh? We can only imagine. Let's go back to the early catalog. Let's do it. All right, enough of me. You're sick of me. I'll see you. God bless. Bye-bye.